solve the following equations. And please realize that we're talking about equations here because we have an equal sign, and solving means that we're trying to find out, so how much is our unknown, x in my cases, how much is it, what is the value of x for this to be true, for it to be equal. And this part of algebra usually frightens students, especially when they start for the first time, but really it shouldn't, and I'm going to show you why. Because quickly on a side note, the first question, x plus 3 equals 5. In the past, you've been solving similar questions. X plus 3 equals 5. However, instead of x, in primary school, they would say, which number should you put in the box? And then plus 3 equals 5. And then students in primary school, they will think about a number line, and they will say, it should be 2. And they're right, because 2 plus 3 equals 5. And actually that is already algebra, and that is what you are going to be doing here as well. For which value of x, if you add 3, it equals to 5. Now, perhaps in this case you immediately see it is 2 the answer, but that's a one-step equation. When you go to two-step or even multiple-step equations, and they get a little bit more complicated every time, you need to make sure that you are really able to solve them step by step. So you do not just do it by trial and error like you did, for instance, in primary school, but you need to have a very structured and neat approach. Okay, and everybody can do that, and so can you. Now let's have a look what really is going on. Because algebra, you should think of a seesaw, a balance if you like. We're going to forget moments of force, those who've done that with physics already. This is a balance, and in the middle, that is your equal sign. And for the seesaw to be balanced, for not to be moving, I have on my left side, I have a box of x. I don't know how heavy it is. And I have 3 boxes, and they are all 1 kilo each. So 1, 1, 1. I'll just put with pen a small 1 in there. But now clearly the left side of my equation is more heavy than the right side. But it says here on the right side that should be 5. 5 of those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of those boxes of 1. And now it is equal. It is balanced. And the question is now, so how heavy is that box of x for this to be equal, for this to be true? Well, perhaps again you already see that it should be 2. However, why is it 2? To find out how much x is, I take away these 3 boxes of 1. So I have isolated x. But that is only equal, that's only fair if I take away 3 on the other side as well. And then I have 2 left. So if I look now at my equation, if I take away 3 on the left side, and I have to take away 3 on the right side, then I'll have x plus 3 minus 3 equals 5 minus 3. Well, 3 minus 3 is 0, so on the left side I just have x, I have isolated x, and on the right side of my equal sign I have 5 minus 3, so x is 2. And that in this case is the answer to the first equation. Now again, you probably already saw that immediately, so you're probably thinking, why should I write down all these steps? Isn't that a little bit of a waste of time? Well, let's see for the next question if you are able to immediately spot the answer or the value of x. Well, I have on my left side of the equal sign, I have these 2 mystery boxes, I'll put them on top of each other, of x, and I have 1 box of a kilo, and that equals 3 of those 1 kilo boxes. That is equal, it's in balance now, that's very important. Well, to find out, so how much is x actually? I'm first of all going to take away 1. Yeah, so I take away 1, and that is only equal if I do that on both sides. So if I look now at my equation, that will translate into, so 2x equals 3 minus 1, which equals 2. So 2 times x, 2 of those boxes of x equals 2. In order to find out, because we don't want to know how much 2x is, we want to always find out what 1x is. Yeah? In order to find out what x is, I now divide both sides by 2. Yeah? So 2 times x, the opposite of times it is dividing. Then I'll be left, if I just do that on this side, with x is 2 divided by 2, which is 1. So the answer to this problem is x equals 1. Now I can always check my work by substituting my answer in the original equation. Let's look at the first question, A. My answer was x equals 2. So 2 plus 3, that is 5, equals 5. So it is true. Yeah, I can check that myself. Question 2. 2 times x, 2 times this mystery value, plus 1 should equal 3. I say x is 1. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3, equals 3. 3 equals 3. There's nothing you can say about that. That is absolutely true. Now, that is important when we go to the third equation I wrote down for you, what we call a multi-step equation. Yeah? One-step equation, you only have to take away 3. That's the only step you have to do. Two-step equation, question B. First I have to take away 1, then I have to divide by 2. Yeah? And here, question C is what we call, well, you can really forget those words, but it's what we call a multi-step equation. What is going on? Now I want to get rid of this negative 2. And what do I do to get rid of it? Well, I'll plus it by 2, because then it is gone. It is 0. But that is only equal, that's only fair if I plus 2 on the right side as well. So what does that become? So that's the same as 4x equals, because that is 0, x plus 6. Okay, so 4x equals x plus 6. If you want me, sorry, to draw a quick seesaw, yeah, I have now 1x here and 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I have 4 of those mystery boxes of x on the left side of my equation, and that all is equal. What will I do now? In order to isolate x, I'm going to take away this box. But if I do so, yeah, the left side will be heavier. That's only fair and only equal if I do the same on that side. So I take away that x box there, but that equals only if I do the same thing on the left side. 4x, take away 1x, that is, or those are 3x equals 6. 3x equals 6. Then I have to do the inverse operation, times 3. So what is the inverse? Divide by 3 on both sides for it to be equal. That means that x equals 6 divided by 3, and then x equals 2. Now again, the good thing about solving equations is that you can really see if you're right or wrong yourself, so your teacher doesn't have to check you. It gets a little bit messy, but the equation, the original equation was this: 4x minus 2 equals x plus 4. And I say, well, that is only true because you're going to have one unique solution. I say for x is 2. Well, let's find out. On the left side I have 4 times x, so 4 times 2, that's 8, minus 2, 8 minus 2, that's 6. Let me just write that down here. I got 6 on the left side. Sorry, I'm going to check what I'm going to get on the right side. X, so 1x, so 2 plus 4, and that indeed is also 6. 6 equals 6, that is correct. Nobody can tell you you're wrong, because that is fantastic. So you want to isolate x, find the value for x, and please remember you have been doing similar questions already in primary school. Yeah, so there's no reason to be scared of these questions. Practice makes perfect, so you know what to do now, and I wish you all the best.